My name is Elijah Matthews, I'm 42, and not long ago, I walked away from the life I thought I was building. I had been with Monica for 4 years. During that time, I helped raise her daughter, Talia, as if she were my own. I covered the rent, groceries, school expenses, everything. I even bought them a car. They had nothing when I met them. Monica was fresh off a divorce and struggling financially, living with her sister. I stepped in because I cared, not because I wanted recognition. I built a small commercial cleaning company from scratch after being laid off. I had nothing but a mop, a van, and determination. Over the years, I grew the business steadily. I wasn't rich, but I was proud of what I had built: offices, schools, medical centers. It was honest work. I earned enough to live well and give the people I loved a comfortable life. When I met Monica, she called me dependable, grounded, the kind of man a daughter could look up to. I believed her. I believed I was building something real. But the truth was, I was only valuable as long as I was giving. The turning point came on an ordinary Thursday. I cooked dinner like always, Talia's favorite, chicken Alfredo. She was 17, sarcastic, entitled, but I always tried to be patient. That night, she complained about her phone being outdated. I had gotten it for her last Christmas. It was a good Android, not fancy but reliable. She scoffed and said, "If my real dad was around, I'd have the new iPhone by now. He actually makes money. Not like you. You're just a cleaner." That sentence hit harder than anything I'd ever heard. I looked at Monica, hoping she'd say something, defend me, correct her. She barely looked up and muttered, "She's just being a teenager." That was it. After everything I'd done, I was reduced to my job title. For years of sacrifices dismissed with silence. I didn't react emotionally. I didn't argue or shout. I simply nodded, got up, and started planning my exit. In a week, I had taken back everything that was mine. The car repossessed while they were out. The apartment lease, which was in my name, paid off and canceled. The credit cards they used canceled. The utilities shut down. I vanished without fanfare. No fight, no goodbye, just the same silence they gave me. At first, Monica called endlessly. She begged, cried, accused me of abandoning them. Talia left angry voicemails. "You'll regret this. My real dad would never do this." But their pain wasn't about losing me. It was about losing the benefits that came with me. Months passed. I went to therapy. I took my first solo vacation in years. I started working on-site again with my team, reconnecting with the foundation I'd built. And then I met Camille. She's a freelance graphic designer, no kids, no drama. We met at a networking event. Our connection was slow, genuine, and real. She didn't care about what I did, only who I was. She respected me. Not for what I provided, but for who I am. With her, there's peace. No pressure, just honesty and mutual respect. Then Monica resurfaced. She showed up at my office, mascara smudged, eyes swollen. She handed me a letter from a collections agency. She'd opened new credit lines trying to keep up the lifestyle I had provided. She was broke, the car was gone, rent overdue, and Talia had dropped out of school. She said, "I thought you loved us." I answered, "I did. But you loved what I gave, not who I was." She said I'd changed. I told her, "No, I just finally realized my worth." That night, I had dinner with Camille. We talked about books, music, and dreams. It was calm. And I realized then, I didn't lose a family. I left a performance. They called me a cleaner, but I cleaned up the mess and chose peace. Monica didn't give up. Soon my sister Denise called. "Elijah, I saw Monica. She says Talia's doing badly in school, depressed. Maybe you should talk to her." I asked, "Did she tell you what happened?" "She said it was a misunderstanding," Denise replied. I explained. "Her daughter disrespected me." Monica stayed silent. I took back what I paid for. Now I'm the bad guy? She didn't want a partner. She wanted a paycheck with a pulse. I hung up. Then my mother called. Monica had shown up at church. She looked distraught. "She's good at that," I said. "She says Talia's struggling," my mother added. I asked if Monica told her about the insult, the silence, and the fact that I paid for everything. She made mistakes, she said. But forgiveness. Forgiveness doesn't mean foolishness, I cut in. And if she only came to you now, ask yourself where her care was when I was there. I told her I wasn't going back. Then came Jerome, Monica's cousin. He came to my office without warning, sat down like he owned the place. A real man doesn't abandon a family over words, he said. And a real woman doesn't sit quiet when her daughter disrespects the man paying her rent. I shot back. She's a teen. You're the adult, he said. One comment, huh? If your girl let her daughter call you broke and said nothing, would you still sleep beside her? He said nothing. This isn't about pride. It's about dignity, I continued. I treated Talia like my own. They saw me as useful, not valuable. Once the benefits ended, so did the respect. You cold man, he muttered. No, I said, opening the door. I'm finally warm. Because I stopped letting people freeze me out while I gave them everything. Then one evening, I came home and saw Talia sitting on my porch. Hoodie on, face tired. I'm sorry, she whispered. I didn't mean it. You did, I replied. And your mom stayed silent. She said you were being too sensitive, she admitted. She's still spinning her story, I said. Now she's using you. No, she doesn't even know I'm here, Talia said softly. I miss how things were. You were the only stable guy in my life. I hope you find your path, I told her gently. But I can't carry you or your mom anymore. I gave everything, and it still wasn't enough. I can't pour from an empty cup. Then I walked inside and closed the door behind me. Camille and I are still taking things slowly. She knows my past but doesn't treat me like a man defined by it. She honors my boundaries. The old me might have let guilt pull me back into that toxic mess. But not anymore. I've learned something powerful. Sometimes the ones who cry loudest about your absence never respected your presence. They called me just a cleaner. But I cleaned house. And this time, I'm not sweeping anyone else's mess under my feet again.